What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Dropping Knowledge Podcast. I'm your host, Talon Sai. Today, I got a special guest. This one I completely ripped from your most recent video. I think you posted it yesterday.
Yeah.
The God of Dip, the Duchess of Dip is a better term.
Yeah, the Duchess of Dip.
Do you remember the others?
Yeah, the Sultan of Snooze.
The Sultan of Snooze, the Lord of the Lipper.
The Lord of the Lippers, the Chancellor of Chew.
The Chancellor of True. I got Jared Outlaw here at the office today. What's going on, man?
What's cracking, man? Good to be here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for taking the time to come by. I know you're a super busy guy. We're all pretty busy in the YouTube world.
Yeah.
So I typically would start this by like how I became friends with someone. Most of the other content creators that I'm friends with, I met just through like DMs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I had my van parked outside of my friend's Danger Close Armament shop the other week, and you saw my van, I guess.
Yeah.
And just found my Instagram.
Yeah, I saw the van and I was like, it looks familiar. I feel like I've seen that on YouTube before because I watched a couple of your videos.
Yeah,
before.
you probably saw it in like the DCA videos that I did.
Yep.
Parked on my range. And
yeah,
stuff like that.
because I got hooked up with them from just I ended up went to a local gun shop and they had a 43X for me, and then they told me about them.
Yeah,
and then whenever I showed up, I seen your van and I was like, oh, maybe this is where he gets his stuff.
Yeah, I've been a customer of theirs for, like 4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I built a 19 and I got their brain texture, which you just got on your 43X.
It's sweet.
And this was before they were even at the location that they're at now.
Mm-hmm.
I sent it out, I got it back, I did a slide, and I did like this just full like a dream build.
Yeah.
Super fucking Gucci.
That's the one that you drew everything out, right?
No, that's my signature pistol.
Okay,
so that's the one that I carry.
Okay.
But yeah, I posted a video of that on my main channel at the time. My channels have all been fucked up.
Yeah.
But it blew up. It got like 8.6 million views or something like that. So then they hit me up and they're like, yo, can we build you another gun? I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I got like a whole line of pistols from them. Basically, like that's all that I'm interested in anymore now. Like I like supporting small businesses, which they are, and that's how I build most of my relationships.
Yeah, they do good work. Their list is probably super long right now for people trying to get in to get stuff too.
Yeah, I think it is, but at the same time, it's not as bad as some of these like really big shops.
Yeah.
Like I think the turnaround, like I know you brought your 43X in for like an RMR cut.
Yeah, RMR cut. That's all I was getting done.
And then you
I
got
didn't know they
pistol.
did everything else. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, check out our website, and then I go on their website, and I'm like, holy smokes, I want to get all this.
Yeah, I want that and that, and throw that on too.
It came out sweet too.
They got like the cheapest RMR cuts. I think it's like $120 for the cut, and then a re-slide finish.
Yeah.
To keep it from corroding. So yeah, love those guys. Love all their pistols. So you found me on Instagram, and then I was posting about Travax, which is a company that I work with. We released this like carabiner thing. So I designed this, and because Vax is in the name, I got CDC guideline fucking like info things on all of my posts. And you're like, he DM'd me and he's like, yo, what's up with this? And I was like, man, I don't know.
I was like, man, the CDC don't like it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I think, the day I got back. I was like, let me look him up on Instagram because I think I seen your stuff before. That and Last Line of Defense.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, are they close to me now? Because I live in Colorado.
Yeah.
And then I noticed that you were close, and I was like, man, I'm gonna hit this guy up, see if we can do something.
Yeah, Mike was here just the other week. I think we did a podcast together. I think we have other mutual content creator friends too. You're friends with Matt and like the Texas crew.
Oh yeah, Demo.
Yeah,
Demo, and a lot of those guys. A lot of the fishing guys down there I'm friends with, the Black Rifle guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a small world, YouTube.
I know.
Especially with the type of content that we create. It's a lot different than what's on the trending page and stuff.
Right.
Like that.
And
but
have you been on the trending page?
Oh yeah.
You have? Okay.
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay.
I've been doing YouTube for almost 15 years, so
okay,
back when like the trending page actually was.
So you've been, 15 years. That's like YouTube when they started, basically, up through the glory days when.
Yep.
I don't know if your channel was monetized that far back, but apparently it was good.
Oh yeah,
it was.
I remember. Because I made videos before you could even make money. I think it was.
Okay.
I can't even remember when you could start making money. I think it was like 2009 or 10 when they kind of started the partner program.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And I had my channel. I was doing like YouTube style stuff, but my camera I could never figure out how to get it onto a computer.
Okay.
Like I had one of those giant. It wasn't a full VHS tape, but it was like one of those little like a tape this big.
Oh, you were shooting on like a camcorder type of thing? Okay.
Like a big camcorder, and you could put the tape in, and I was like, man, I don't know how to get it to YouTube. So I was like recording videos, and all I would do would just watch them back on my TV. I would plug like the aux cord in.
I feel like a lot of people like us started that way, because like I was always the kid who I used to carry around one of those like my dad had or something, and I would film. I remember this one video of like me and my friends flying remote control airplanes and stuff like that. And then I'd plug it into our, at the time, big screen, like big fucking projector TV in the basement, and we would like watch it back. But yeah, man, it's funny how all that stuff works out.
Yeah, YouTube is it's a crazy outlet for a lot of people now, and anybody can become a YouTuber. It's you know, you get, I'm sure you too, you know, you've been on it for a while, but you get a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, I'm going to start a channel, I'm going to do this, which is, you know, their idea is good, like it's original, but 100%. Then it's the hard part of staying with it.
Right, you know? Just doing it in general. I'm sure you get it the same way I do. People are riddling you with all these ideas. Oh, either they're giving you ideas for your channel, you should make a video on this or that, or they have their own idea, and I'm like, okay, do it.
Yeah.
Like you got a phone in your pocket, perfect to record, good enough audio, like you can start.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't want to put in that work.
Yeah, and plus it's not just like, you know, personality is huge with starting a YouTube channel, because people attract to your personality, but it's not only that you have to focus on, it's like the edit part of it too. It's a whole nother thing in itself.
Yeah.
Like with me, like the stationary videos that I do in my office where I'm kind of just like reviewing something or I'm talking about a certain subject, it's the whole other, it's like a 50-50 thing. One, I got to be entertaining, but on the other part too, I got to make the edit entertaining.
Yeah. Do you edit yourself too?
I do. I go back and forth.
Okay.
So I've got an editor that does some of the stuff for me if I don't have time.
Okay.
Then I go back and forth. I had a full-time editor for like 4 or 5 years. I would jump around. It was like my brother would do it for me, and then I would hire out to another person. But it's, since I've been doing it so long, it's sometimes I go to edit and I'm just like, oh man, I don't want to look at myself for this much longer. I don't want to hear myself. Yeah. And so sometimes I'll give it off to somebody else. And I'm a decent editor because I've been doing it for so long. I started on like, I can't even remember what it was called. I think it was called Cyberlink or something. Cyberlink Pro. It was like, you know, I think it came out when I was still in high school, and then I moved to like, you know, Windows Movie Maker was a huge one, because you could just clip it and that's it, you know, and they would be like the roughest cuts ever. Yeah. And then before that, I didn't even edit. It was just like a one take, and I made sure that it was like, because you couldn't even, when I first started, you couldn't even upload. It had to be 9:59. You couldn't even upload over 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, they changed that. Yeah. Well, that was a while ago.
Then they went to 15 minutes, and then from then on, you could do pretty much however long. And now people are uploading 4-hour podcasts. You know?
Yeah, seriously. It's nuts. Like feature like they do a lot of like 10 hours of like the same song on repeat and shit like that, or just like
I know the memes. My wife will turn on those damn fan videos. Like she has to have a fan when she sleeps. So she'll turn on like a 15-hour fan sound or something like that.
Could you imagine if a video like that was monetized?
Oh yeah, I'm sure some of them are.
So you're just like listening to the fan as you're sleeping, and then you get like a McDonald's ad in the middle of it.
Yeah, I mean maybe
make bank.
You're sleeping, you're like, what the freaking ads?
Get your McGriddle.
Yeah. I know there's probably some way you can turn off like the mid-roll. Oh yeah, there is. You can turn off mid-roll ads or something. Yeah. Yeah. I know YouTube's come a long way, man. It's crazy like that. I think about it sometimes. I'm like, I'm still doing it.
Yeah, so I mean, you and I are relatively new friends, so I want to know, like, what made you want to start uploading to YouTube, and then when did you make the jump? Like, this is your full-time job now. You don't, like, work a 9 to 5. You have your hands in a million other things, which we'll talk about, but when do you think you, like, made that jump to want to post to YouTube? Did you have a reason for doing it, and then when did you decide, like, I'm going to do this full-time?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I always knew I wanted to do some type of entertainment. Like, I was big into acting when I was a kid. Okay. I did a million plays here in Colorado. Actually, I moved around a lot when I was a kid, but always had that like, I wanted to be a movie star, or I wanted
be on
to
TV.
be a newscaster, or some type of thing that I would just be able to entertain people. Well, like my parents would have people over, and I would just I would prepare something in my room by myself, and then they would all just be like hanging out and something, and I would just go up there and I would just start entertaining them. It was like probably the most awkward thing.
Well, then you're right on track, man. Like that's what you wanted to do as a kid, and now you're doing it, living it.
And I think I did the plays and all that stuff, and then whenever I was in high school, YouTube just came out. 2005 is when it came out, but I remember when YouTube was like a dating site. It was like a
sort of like how Facebook started, like a match people up.
Yeah,
was it like that?
I don't really know if it was completely dating, but I remember it being like because you could do video responses and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so it was more of like, hey, I'm going to film like a 1 minute thing, and then all these other people are going to create these little video responses to me.
Okay.
And you had people meeting each other off of YouTube because there wasn't really many sites out there where you could see what the other person looked like. It was was it AIM?
AIM,
AIM, and all that stuff. So that's kind of how it started, and then it became like just people uploading cat videos or Charlie bit my finger.
That's my first remembrance of YouTube, like Numa and those big fucking old school videos.
Yep. And then that's when I think it was like 2006, like the end of 2006 to 2007. I would say 2007 is when you really started seeing actual people create content consistently.
Like Smosh, I think, are some of the OGs.
Yeah, Smosh, Lisa Nova, I remember she was like, I think when I first started, Lisa Nova, which a lot of people probably don't even know who she is.
I'm not even familiar with that.
She was like the #1 YouTuber, and she had like 20,000 subscribers.
Okay.
And 20,000 was like insane.
That's nuts.
That's like a stadium full of people. So
it is. It's hard to put that into perspective sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when you look at your numbers or my numbers, when you cross that one milestone, it's like, damn, this is like 5 football stadiums full of people.
Yeah.
That found my content and were nice enough to click subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys should do that right now, by the way.
You should. Yeah, and we I remember thinking about in high school and stuff. I was like, man, what am I going to do in life? I've always been stressed out on what I'm going to do. Like
career wise?
Yeah. And even to this day, like I've accomplished a lot, I feel like, and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm a loser still. Like I
That's good, man.
Yeah.
That I feel like that's a good thing to have, because when I made the jump from my full-time job, I felt like that. It's sink or swim. Everything is up to you.
Yeah.
And if you fuck up, it's on you.
Right.
Like, no one else is accountable. So I think that's a great mentality to have, because once you get comfortable, that's when you get complacent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so
there's so many other people out there uploading regularly, uploading better videos than we make, uploading higher quality stuff.
Yep.
And it's all about that consistency.
Exactly.
Just keep putting it out there.
Yeah. And I'm also the person too where I don't like to have a whole bunch of people. Like I've got a couple buddies that do YouTube, and they've got a whole team around them. They've got editors, they've got camera guys, and I've had all that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like, man, it's always hard to get to give somebody else who's working for you your vision for how you want it to be done.
Yeah.
And you can constantly be like, hey, do this instead, and they'll do it. But it's like you always want somebody to be a certain way to
100%
to give it to the audience how you want it.
I go through that a lot, like talking about the editor. Hiring an editor would be probably the second person I would ever hire if I ever brought on a team of people. An assistant first would be #1.
Yeah.
To do emails, phone calls. I don't have time for that shit.
That's a one thing people don't realize with YouTubers is you get a million emails a day on like, hey, you want to do a brand deal for this? You want to collaborate on this?
It's hard. That's what takes my stress level up.
Yeah.
Like making content, filming and editing, that's all fine, but that stuff stresses me out.
Yeah, it's a whole nother thing in itself. There's a lot of different aspects of YouTube that people don't realize until they get into it and they start getting an audience, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's a lot of crap.
Yeah.
And it's fun at first, because like when I started YouTube, it was like I would film something every single day. Like
that's a good way to do it.
Nobody at that point was filming every day. But I was filming every day and not even uploading it. I was like, man, I just want to, like, when I started seeing some people do it, I was like, I can do this. Like when I saw Smosh back in the day, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do this, and it became a really fun thing. And I think the key to YouTube is always making it fun
Yeah.
Where if it becomes a job, and especially being a YouTuber, it's a great job. It's you get to entertain people for a living. You get to teach people. People go to YouTube as their college degree now, pretty much. You know, with when it comes to trades or just learning about something, people just go on to YouTube to learn more.
It's such a versatile platform for literally whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
and I kind of get annoyed when people like what we were talking about. They have these ideas and they don't actually do it. And then a lot of people think that what we do is easy, which what we are putting out there to the audience, it seems easy. It seems fun, but that is just like a small portion of it.
Yeah.
So talking about hiring an editor, I don't think I could yet because like you were saying, when I'm filming something, I'm already like hearing a soundtrack of like the music that would fit with the video, especially like the adventure video type of stuff that I do. Like I know the story that I'm telling as it's going, and I'm filming just like everything, but then I cut more than 50% of that shit out just to get the pieces that I want in order to tell the story the way that I remembered it. So
being a YouTuber is like you're the director, you're the producer, you're the actor, you're everything. When you're an actor back in the 80s, you just go on a set, your lines, and you get your sides, and you just, and then once you walk off camera, that's it for you. But a YouTuber, it's like, okay, once you walk off camera, then the work starts.
Yeah, then it gets hard after that.
Yeah.
So 15 years, I mean, that's a long time. That's like YouTube in its entirety. So what were some of your first videos like? Like what did you want to put out there when you started?
I didn't even know. I filmed, like, for instance, Smosh was out there and they were doing like sketches. And when I did a lot of my acting stuff as a kid, when I was in plays and everything like that, we did, remember that show, Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
So they would do like these sketch comedies and stuff.
Such a great
monologues.
show, dude.
Yeah. And so I would just create, I remember I had like 6 or 7 different like skits that I had filmed, and I would just edit them in Windows Movie Maker, where I would kind of, and you watch them now and they're so bad. I don't even know if they're still up.
Yeah, I was going to say, are they still on your channel?
Yeah,
I should look them up.
I don't know. I've had so many different channels over the years too, because like with, especially being younger, and when YouTube was first starting, you get influenced by a lot of different people that are doing it the same.
Right.
So when I see somebody like, let's talk about Shay Carl, who, I don't know if you know who he is, but he started the channel Shay Tards, which was like filming his family, and he decided to film every single day, right? So then I'm like, man, I could do that too, because I loved every aspect about it. So I was like, I'm going to start a vlog channel before it was even called vlogs. I think they called them video. Before it was vlog, it was video blog. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to start a video blog channel. And then I would start, and then I'm like, well, I don't want, the people that subscribe to me, they're not used to seeing this type of stuff, so I'm going to start another channel for this. And by the end of the day, I've got 6 channels.
Yeah.
And then it becomes overwhelming, especially when you're the only person doing it.
I did like the opposite of that. I took inspiration from a lot of people. Like I've been making videos and putting them on YouTube, not on the channel that everyone knows, but I would just post them there to share with friends and family. I would do like drum and guitar covers and skiing and stuff like that. And then I was watching a ton of YouTube vloggers like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, and like guys who are fucking like at the top, like doing the best shit. And my channel started as a vlog channel, and then I would review something in a vlog, and that would gain traction because it's searchable. So then I would do some more review videos, and then once it grew to a point where I had a decent audience, they were all just like, "Dude, do whatever you want." I'm like, "Cool," because I got a million fucking hobbies, so get ready for it. And then my channel now, just Talon Sai, is just a mash of everything, like from phone reviews to used to be gun reviews. So I just had this mash of shit. And then when YouTube started cracking down, like the adpocalypse, which was, I guess, like 2 years ago now.
Yeah, almost 3.
That's when I started to diversify into different channels, which I don't personally like. I would much rather keep everything in one.
It's a lot easier doing it that way.
So like Sunday Gun Day is my other channel, which is just firearm stuff now. And it, like what I want to do is just make whatever I want, which is on my main channel. And I'm going to continue doing that. So then Sunday Gun Day falls to the wayside, and then everyone's pissed. They're like, "Oh, fucking make gun videos." I'm like, "Yeah, like I want to, and I still will, but getting guns and ammo right now is difficult, whatever. I guess it's just excuses, and I could do it. But people don't understand the work that goes into it to like stay consistent across multiple channels too.
And then, you know, I've dealt with a lot with YouTube and demonetization and things like that too. And I think the biggest thing, especially with like Sunday Gun Day or something like that, is you also have this black cloud in the back of your head. Like, well, if I do it this way, I need to. You're always. It's like you got a shadow over you telling you how to do your video because you think you know you want it to get monetized. Or then even if you don't care, you're like, well, if I do it this way, and let's say I don't even monetize it, is YouTube going to suppress it because it's this way? Or
most likely,
because I said this.
I want to get a channel strike. It's like walking on eggshells. It's like
I've almost lost my channel like 6 times now
because of tobacco related stuff.
Yeah, because of tobacco related stuff, or like for when I'm not even a vapor, but like when vaping got big, I would do, because none of my videos have ever been like true reviews. They've always just been kind of like a video you can watch for 10 to 15 minutes that's like entertaining the whole way out with skits in the middle and stuff like that, and just trying to create some comedy and funny moments for people. But even when the vape stuff got big and I was kind of doing these videos to make fun of it, it was like those videos blew up, and so I just kept doing them. But then that's when everything started cracking down on that, and then from all of those videos that I made that did super well, you know, they all got taken down, and then
taken down completely.
Taken down. And then like some of them stayed up, and then I'm at the point where I'm like, well, should I private this because it happened to these? You know, do I think that? You know, so you got.
I went through that same thing with all the gun stuff. Like I just filmed a EDC update video, like stuff that I carry with me, like my bag and everything.
Yeah.
And my channel was demonetized in October of 2019, which is when I deleted like 26 million views worth of videos, like 100 videos, put them on the new channel, got the main channel remonetized, and then just like 2 months ago, my channel got demonetized again, wrongfully, because I still had flags on my channel. I can talk to you about all that stuff off camera, but I forget what I was getting at there. Oh, so I was going through my videos again after the second demonetization, and I'm like, what am I, like, do I take off this pistol light review?
Yeah.
And then when I was filming that EDC video yesterday, I'm like, I'm just going to show my gun. Like I know you show guns in your videos too, because I just watched like the recent one with your DCA pistol, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just like, this is the thing that I carry with me. This is what it looks like, and that's it. It's just it's a part of our lives, which sucks because like my channel is just lifestyle, like whatever I'm interested in, and guns have been a part of my life forever, which I know, I guess you too. When you were moving around as a kid, was it for military?
No, my dad was a contractor. He was a builder.
Okay.
And so kind of just chasing work.
Gotcha.
So I was born in Florida, and then we moved to Branson, Missouri, which is like southern point of Missouri on the Arkansas border. That's where Table Rock Lake is. Good fishing around there and stuff. Okay. So grew up in the backwoods, just, you know, running around naked in the woods with my brothers.
And then guns are just there. It's just a part of it.
Yeah. We had a dude growing weed to our right, and a dude stilling moonshine to our left. It was just like the lifestyle.
Freedom, baby.
Yeah. And so, and then we moved to Colorado when I was 10 or 11. And
you've been here since?
And then, once I graduated when I was 17, and then I moved around. That's when I really moved around. So I moved back to Florida for about a year. Okay. And then, because I really loved Florida when I was a little bit younger, and then now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so hot, humid man. And all that. I love I love the outdoors, obviously fishing and hunting. So Florida's great for fishing, especially saltwater, which I love. And then from there, I got a job in Alaska, and I moved to Alaska. Was up there for 2 years. Right. Yep. So I moved up there. And
did you go up there to guide or fish, or like what were you?
I got a job. The first year was set net for salmon. So there's all different types of. It's commercial fishing. So the first year I was up there was set netting, which was, you know, you're staying on land, but you have these skiffs that these aluminum skiffs that you take out, and you have certain nets and buoys that you hook the nets to. It's all by hand. And then there's pursiners, and there's gill net boats. The second year I went on the Bering Sea. First year I was in the Cook Inlet, which is like underneath the tail of Alaska. Okay. So I was there the first year, and then I got into that network because I was kind of one of those kids where, you know, I was I wasn't even 21 yet, and I was just like, I would just work hard and shut my mouth. I wouldn't talk, you know. And people up in Alaska are a lot harder up there.
I can imagine. That's one of the 2 states that I haven't been to yet. I haven't been to Hawaii yet either. But
wow, you haven't been to Alaska?
No, I was gonna.
Love it.
I mean, I just basically like wrapped up the lower 48 states in my van, and that was gonna happen this summer. But
were you gonna drive through BC?
Yeah, I was going to. So, and I heard, I think it might be August 9th. They're reopening the border, so you can pass through with less restriction compared to all the COVID bullshit.
Yeah.
So the plan, I think, for now will be next summer. I'm gonna head up there.
That'd be awesome. You should go in. You should try to plan it for like mid-June.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
End of June or something like that. That's when the salmon run hits.
Okay.
And if you can get it, and I got a couple buddies that still work up there. Maybe I can hook you up with them. But it would be awesome to see you catch a king salmon or something like
dude.
that.
Cook it in the van. That'd be rad.
It would be sweet.
Have you been to Prudhoe Bay or Dead Horse when you're up there? Did you go all the way to the Arctic?
Nope.
Have you been to the Arctic? Okay.
No, I did not go. I was supposed to go to on a caribou hunt 3 or 4 years ago. And we were going to fly into Fairbanks and then drive all the way up into what is that area called?
Your guess is good. You could make it up, and I'd be like, "Yep, yeah, that sounds right."
I can't even remember what it's called, but we were supposed to do that about 3 or 4 years ago, and then it got canceled. But yeah, I love it. I could go up there, and I used to go up every year. I think that 2 years ago I went to which is a beautiful place, Ketchikan, which is kind of on the curve, north of Washington.
Okay.
To your right is BC, but Ketchikan is beautiful. It's very green there, right off the coast. And then we went to somewhere near I think it's Prince Edward Island. We did some fishing around there. Awesome. You're just taking boats from everywhere. You fly in on float planes, and it's beautiful. If anybody loves fishing, it's Alaska's like the end all be all for that.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to get up there because like I've experienced the expansive parts of the U.S. like the lower 48, but up there I already know it's just completely different.
What's your favorite state that you've been to?
Utah.
Oh yeah, Utah's beautiful.
Hands down.
Have you ski? You said you ski.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That rack of skis over there, they're called ski boards. So there's like a ton of them right there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got skis over here too, but I ride for that company, which is like my pro model board is on top there, and that is this whole arm tattoo. So I got the whole graphic tattooed on here.
So that's a ski?
Yeah, it's a ski board. So they're shorter and fatter. They're symmetrical,
they're kind of like those old trick skis.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what people would call them. But yeah, I've been doing that for a while, and that's why I love Colorado, because there's so much awesome shit you can do between skiing, mountain biking, hiking, just outdoors in general.
Yeah.
But Utah, dude, is like another fucking world.
And the snow in Utah is so much better. Like you can feel it. I know. Well, a lot of people might not. A lot of you guys might live in the South and you've never even seen snow. But
yeah, I'm not sure.
But when it comes to I've been snowboarding since I was 8, and the first time I went to I went for a outdoor expo 3 or 4 years ago, and I went to Park City and Alta. Is it Alta?
Is Alta in Utah or is that Colorado?
I think it's in Utah. I think it was Alta.
That's where Chad's Gap is, like a famous ski, like off-piste.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But anyways, I go down there and the snow, just feeling it. I had been snowboarding in Colorado the week before, and then I hit Utah snow, and insane how much different
super dry,
it is.
Right?
It's Utah, because they have I don't know for a fact, I'm not a scientist or anything, but because they have all those lakes and you're in like a bowl, the air quality in Salt Lake is horrible. Because you're literally like in a bowl. When you're driving into Salt Lake City, you know how you see it's like in a giant bowl?
Yeah, now that you mention that I never like picked up on that before, but I think you're right. It's like smog just kind of like sits in there a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't have like any room to escape.
Yeah.
But I think Salt Lake is like the poorest air quality in the U.S., honestly. Really? It might even be worse than L.A.
Really?
I'm not 100% on that, but it's really bad air quality.
Damn, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, but the snow there, because of all the lakes and the moisture and all that, I'm pretty sure it makes it. It's just, I don't know, it just feels so much better.
Yeah, I haven't done much riding out there, but I mean, it's close enough now that I could totally do it.
Yeah, I mean, what is it, 6.5 hours from here?
Probably.
You can get to Salt Lake?
Yeah.
So it's not too bad at all.
Yeah, and so I think my favorite place would be like Lake Tahoe. Have you been up there?
I have not.
Dude,
I have not yet.
That is beautiful. Just the lake in general for like summer activities and mountain biking.
Yeah.
And then like, dude, the mountains around there are just fucking awesome. Really expensive, but
I'd love to go up to Canada too. There's a lot of beautiful places in Canada you can go. Almost had a there's even places on the East Coast in like West Virginia. I lived in Kentucky for 3.5 years.
Okay.
And so I had my brother out there living with me for a while, and we wanted to take a trip up to West Virginia. There's some places there in Vermont.
Dude, I love West Virginia. It's such an underrated state.
It is.
Just like the state looks small, but you want to go an hour away as a bird flies, and it takes you 3 hours because it's just like fucking Appalachian, like switchbacks and canyons, or not canyons, but like valleys. And I love it.
It's kind of like you now. You're kind of like a rambler. And that's exactly, like, I made a song about it because I was like, man, I just feel, for a long time, I couldn't stop traveling. Like, I wanted to just keep going, and I would drive everywhere. And I would be all over the place. And when I was living in Kentucky, I think I was gone like every other week. I was driving somewhere and doing it. But the North America, the lower 48 in general, there's so many things to do. Yeah. Like I tell my wife all the time, because my wife hasn't traveled like I have, and I'm like, man, I got to take you to Kentucky to see this, and see like what they call it, bluegrass, because it's so green it looks blue. You know, we don't really get that much here in Colorado.
Lots of rocks.
Yeah,
which is okay. Less to mow.
Yep, but yeah, it's there's a lot of cool places out there, man. But you say Utah is probably your favorite?
Yeah, Utah's just
awesome.
for the landscape, man. Like, I've been on so many awesome adventures, specifically in Moab, and I just love like that red slick rock. It's just such a cool area because there's nothing else like that in America.
I know.
You go further south, like Arizona, some New Mexico. There's some stuff similar in Nevada too, but Utah is just like the mecca for outdoor shit, man.
Definitely.
It's so cool.
I know New Mexico, a lot of people don't think about it either.
I had a good time in New Mexico. I went to Roswell to nerd out on alien shit, and then I went to like the National Bandelier Park and
and you come like north New Mexico where it hits Colorado. It's like the mountains. You actually get mountains. A lot of people don't know that the Rocky Mountains go like all the way down. All the way up to Alaska. They come all the way down to New Mexico and and keep going. And so it's crazy there.
Have you been to the White Sands National Park?
Yeah, here.
No.
Is that White Sands? It sounds familiar.
White Sands is in New Mexico.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not as big as the Great Sandu National Park in Colorado, but
I've been there.
Yeah, fucking awesome. I've been there a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But it's bigger like area wise, but the dunes aren't as big. But it's all white sand, so it's just like screaming hot, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Super quiet.
Really?
Because it's so far away from everything, and the sand just like dampens everything.
Right.
So that's a cool place.
Yeah, I think I don't think I've been there, or I might have when I was a kid, but I think my brother actually went there a couple years ago, and that's why I'm thinking of that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Crazy place,
before we keep going, we got to talk about Hoist. You're drinking one right now.
Drinking one. This peach mango. It's good.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite in the bottles. So shout out to Hoist, they're a sponsor of the podcast and everything that I'm doing right now. So they make Hoist in bottles like that, and they also make it in these powder pouches right here. I'm actually going to have one of these because this is my favorite.
And it's just a drink in a pouch, basically.
Yeah, so it's a military hydration powder trusted by Americans, elite war fighters. So they made it for the military a while ago, and now they're selling it to the civilian market. So it's what they use to, here, I'll just read the back of the packaging. Military hydration powder, hydration solution trusted by the United States Armed Forces. It offers a rehydrating electrolyte blend of sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium to support those who fight for excellence. We're fighting every day, baby.
We are.
Fighting the good fight. It's great for hangovers.
I bet. Yeah, IV level hydration. I'm down with that.
Yeah, we're not drinking right now, but it's great for that. If you guys want to check it out, go to Hoist. drinkhoist.com/TalentSci and let me know what you guys think. For the powders, man, the fruit punch is my favorite. It tastes like I guess like Hawaiian punch kind of.
Yeah.
Super good though.
I like I've been into the fruit punch lately.
Yeah, so this is what you do if you're watching on YouTube, which you should be. You literally just dump it in 16 to 20 ounces of water and mix it up.
Give her a shake.
And I'll be good and hydrated for if whiskey starts flowing later.
Yes, sir.
You never know.
Stuff tastes good too. I like it.
Yeah, man. Cool. So back to YouTube. What do you tell people who they meet you? You're like, what's up? I'm Outlaw. Oh, what do you do? I'm a YouTuber. What do you do on YouTube? Do you tailor what you tell people based off of the conversation you've already had with them, or are you just like dip and hunting and just whatever?
I kind of do, because I've done so many different things. Like back in the day, it was just like I was just your typical YouTuber and filming every day and just vlogging what I was doing. Especially with traveling all the time, you always had content.
Yeah,
and plus, like the type of videos on now, everybody, you can find so many travel YouTubers where it's almost like that. Remember when the travel YouTuber boom was big in like 2012, 13, 14, you know?
I missed on that because that's all I do right now.
Yeah. But you know, that was when it was huge. And now when you do it, it's like, well, I've seen this. And there's always new people coming in and seeing it. But it's, so I used to do that. And that's what I would tell people back in the day. I was like, oh, I just film my life, you know? And so they're like, wow, that's cool. And for a lot of people, telling people that you're a YouTuber back in those times was like what? you film your life? People care, you know?
Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. And I would always just tell, you know, I'm like, well, you know, some people, they just like to watch other, you know, and put themselves in other people's shoes.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes or whatever it is. And now I do so many different things, especially with dip and all that, because that's, you know, I have a company now that I do that stuff, and that's kind of how it I was always doing something around dip, because at the beginning, if I had a dip in a video and it wasn't even about dip, if I was hunting or fishing,
people would ask about it.
The only thing people cared about in the comment section was, what are you dipping, man? And so I was like, well, I guess there's like a market for this, and I knew. I don't know what it was, but I was always big into it, like the history of tobacco, dip in general, stuff over from Sweden, the snus, how it came to America, the process of you know, fermenting it and fire cured and all this stuff, especially being from the South and like especially when I lived in Kentucky, being around like mail pouch barns and all these old chewing tobacco companies, and just like the nostalgia of it, I was really interested in. And so I started making videos completely on that, because I feel like I'm probably, even though it sounds weird, but I probably know more about dip than anybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and it not just like about one certain subject, but as a whole, like all these different companies and how they started and how it became this and whatever. So, so I started making videos on it. People were interested, and you know, a small portion of people, but it became kind of my job to just like be the dip guy, you know, the Chancellor of Chew.
The Sultan of Snooze.
Yeah, and from there, I kind of created like, as far as the entertainment aspect goes, you know, like I said, I don't really do too many like actual reviews. You know, I'm like, wow, this is good. Oh, it's juicy or whatever. But creating the skits and the sketches of certain products or whatever that people were interested in, and they were like, you know, okay, I'm a dipper of this product, and this guy makes me like proud to dip it, or this guy, he gives me more information on it, and it's like it almost became like a culture thing with, because most of my audience was from the South. It was like that Southern culture. You know, we like trucks and dip and hunting and fishing and stuff. So that's kind of how my channel progressed into that, and
I mean, kind of what it is today now.
Yeah. And now I'm just kind of doing whatever, as far as whatever I feel like doing, you know, because I've been burnt out so many times doing YouTube stuff where I'm like, at the end of the day, you just got to do what you want to do. What's going to make you happy.
This is about to be a long podcast.
Why's that?
Because I've never dipped like any kind of tobacco.
Yeah. Do you want to try it?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get at.
I got some new Outlaw wintergreen with me too.
Yeah, so tell us about your company. So Outlaw, let me see this actually.
Yeah, it's got a Lucky Lipper label on it, but
Lucky Lipper. So Outlaw,
this is wintergreen.
Wintergreen's a new one. You just released a new mint one too.
Yep, I got that in the truck. I could grab that too.
Pack, dip, spit, enjoy.
Yep.
So I learned a little bit about this just the other week when we first hung out, but tell us about the product, I guess, because this is not actually tobacco.
Yeah, it's non-tobacco.
Which I was like, because thinking about like putting long cut cope in my mouth, I'm like, oh man, like it's not. I didn't smoke. Like I'm not interested in that. But this is tea leaves, right?
Yeah. So when it came to, you know, this whole dip community thing, I started seeing all of these companies come to me, and they were like, hey, you know, we want you to do something on our product and stuff. And I would, and whenever I would get their product, I'm like, man, this is not good. On a lot of companies, I'm like, you know, when it's a tobacco free, you know, they're trying to promote these things as like a tobacco free brand to get you off tobacco or something like that. And I'm like, man, I feel like I could do such a better job. And so, I think it's about 5-6 years ago now, I hooked up with a company, Tough Guy Chew. And I hooked up with them because I felt like they had the best flavors and all that stuff. And they were a very, very small company at the very beginning. And then when we released the Outlaw brand with them, it outsold like everything. Obviously, we had the YouTube channel behind us and social media and stuff, and it started doing really well, and we started getting a big following. But the biggest thing was like, wow, this is tobacco free. Like, holy crap, this is a lot better than all the other stuff out there, which you can get in a plastic can at a gas station that's been sitting there for 6 months.
Yeah, and what's the significance of that? Because I guess using something like tea leaves as opposed to tobacco, you still have nicotine in there, so that's what people are dipping for, but you remove a lot of carcinogens.
Yeah, because 100%. It's 100% organic. I mean, the when you're talking about tobacco, there's carcinogens and fungicides, and there's so many different things in it, and then obviously the cancerous effects, which I've done videos and stuff before, which, you know, I'm not a doctor by any means, but it's really hard to find in history people that have actually gotten cancer from dip. You know, there's people that are like, oh, my grandpa got cancer from dip, mouth cancer, but he also smoked for 40 years before he started dipping.
Yeah.
So that's probably where it came from, you know?
So it's sort of like Monster. I drink a lot of this stuff. I know it's not good for you. This one's like low cal and whatever. I'm sure there's carcinogens in this, but this would be like Copenhagen or another brand. I don't want to talk about anyone badly, but this would be like taking caffeine, which is the reason I'm drinking this, to pick me up. Yeah. It'd be like taking caffeine and putting it in something like water or iced tea, something that's not as bad for you as all of these fucking ingredients that are on here. Right
exactly.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for us is when you get a tobacco-free company out there, when you get a tobacco-free company out there, they're all using things like mint leaf, which is a very cheap leaf, but it's easy. It's very similar to tobacco. But the issue is it's literally mint leaf. So no matter what you flavor it with, it's still going to taste like mint.
Still mint, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I wouldn't like that.
And I've tried so many different brands that do that, and I'm not a fan. It's and a lot of people, they'll try it 1 or 2 times, and then they're just like, yeah, you know, I'm going to go back to dip. Yeah. When you're tobacco free, you want to get off of that product. You want it to actually taste just like the product that you've dipped before.
This stuff smells amazing. Are they like black tea leaves in here?
No, it's our own proprietary tea leaf blend, which took us like 3 years to kind of like source the world, and we did so many. It took us so long to find the perfect leaf to be able to mimic tobacco, but also the most important thing is sucking in that flavor, so that whenever it'll last a long time.
It smells like crazy flavorful.
Yeah. So. And you get other companies that use corn silk, which is, you open the can, it just looks disgusting. It doesn't look appetizing like something you want to put in your leaf or put in your mouth. People use lettuce. There's so many different
lettuce.
There's so many different types of things out there, and we still have nicotine in our product. It's a tobacco-free nicotine too. You can get tobacco from tomatoes. Nicotine from tomatoes.
So it's like proper. Just nicotine.
100%
just like the chemical, just mix it in there. And,
yep. Yeah. 100% lip candy.
That's awesome.
We like to call it lip candy because our flavors are, when you try like our product, this is our wintergreen. This is just an OG we came out with because this is a flavor that's in all types of dips.
That's my favorite flavor of like mint in general. Yeah. So I'm going to try this before the end of the podcast. Yeah. So you guys can watch me. I'm probably going to like fucking.
It'll probably give you a little bit of an outlaw buzz.
Spit it. Got it. What do you... You can. Well, you got a. What is this over here?
This is a mud jug. I brought this on. So this is.
You sell those, right?
Yeah, just in case you wanted to. This is the Cryptech. I forget that we just came out with this one.
So you're like hydro dipping them, different colors and whatever, and they don't spill.
They don't spill.
So that's wild.
I know. So we brought a little. This is like a new age spittoon for you. We don't got to use the brass ones that go. Ding!
What is this made out of?
I don't know.
Some kind of...
Some freaking hard plastic.
Yeah. Polymer? I don't know. That's cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like the biggest thing about this is making it taste just like, you know, your normal dips. And we have crazy flavors like sweet tea and root beer and yellow blend, which is a pineapple rum. And we got Lucky Lipper, which is like our lemon lime. We've got Georgia peach, you know, and we keep coming out with new flavors. And I think a lot of people like that we come out with flavors that they want dip companies to make, tobacco companies, but we're doing it in a tobacco-free version that's better for you. We've got non-nicotine coming out soon.
Just for the flavor?
Yeah, just for the flavor.
Sweet.
We're going to add our own. We're working on it now, like where we're adding in a caffeine or green tea extract or something that is going to, you know, give you a little bit of a pick-me-up.
Okay.
So we're working on perfecting that right now.
I'm drinking this so I can spit into it. So
yeah, well, you can spit in this mud jug if you want. I brought it for you just in case you wanted to try some dip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, show me the way.
All right. So first you got to pack.
Wait. Before we do this, when was your first lipper?
My first one, I don't remember the year. My very first dip ever, and I used to always. So the first dip I ever took, I think I was like in 8th grade. I can see that. It was, I think Skull Peach just came out, and I
appealing.
Yeah, and I had it. I was going to the school at the time, and this kid, I got this can of Skull, and I was like, what the heck is that, man? And we went outside in the parking lot and we tried it, and it was like we both had it in for like 2 seconds, and we're like, we spit the whole thing out. We didn't know how to do it, you know. Yeah. But then, like, when I really tried it for the first time was Copenhagen Original Long Cut.
Ooh.
And I remember I was watching a NASCAR race, and I had I chugged my sweet tea, and I was like, I'm gonna spit in this mason jar, and I remember buzzing. I don't remember what I was. I definitely wasn't of age, but like I was rocking back and forth on my couch, just out of sync for sure. So yeah, it's been quite a while, and I've tried all different types of things out there, man. And it's crazy too, because like with dip, there's so many different types of things. There's pouches. You know, this is a long cut version, obviously, but can you pack a can?
Well, I watched a few of your videos, and I said, or you said, if you do it more than twice, you're playing with it. So you're playing with it right now.
I am playing with it right now. Yeah.
No. So it's just like I can snap my finger like that. Like,
see if you can do it. You can do it on the side. So the best thing is just keep your wrist loose. It's hard, man.
I'm good at it, yeah.
I got to make another tutorial on like how to pack a can, because a lot of people can't do it. And just keep your finger loose and keep your wrist loose. Like I don't even snap it. Like it just automatically happens because I keep my wrist loose.
I'm a fucking noob, guys. You're watching it right now.
It's like that rap song. Look at the flick of their wrist.
Look at the flick of their wrist.
Yeah. So anyway, and then you can pack it on the side. I like to pack it on the side. It gets a little bit better.
So it's packed down.
Any more than twice you're playing with it, I just played with it for an hour. And then and then now it's packed, right?
Okay.
So I'll take a dip with you, and I've got a snooze in now. We're actually working on a pouch version, very similar.
Is it one of yours? So a prototype type of thing?
Yeah, this one's not a prototype. No, this one's another company.
Okay, gotcha.
But, so when you go to pinch, you can go a little bit smaller, but when you go to pinch, just kind of get some shovel, get a shovel in there, and
compact it a little bit.
Like that. Yeah,
that's a fucking lot.
That's a fat gagger right there.
Fat lipper.
And then all you got to do, and I mean, I usually say don't pull your lip. But you can pull it if you want, but then you go straight in the lip.
Just like that. You guys are about to hear us like salivating, and
that's the one, baby. Dang.
It's where it gives you an accent now.
Yeah, it does.
You talk all Southern.
You're going to talk Southern now, boy.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give this a try. I'm going to put one in, see.
You want me to pack it again?
Oh, yeah.
Let me pack it again for you.
And rate my technique.
I played with it for you.
Played with it. Ooh, yeah.
Be interested to see this, man.
It smells so good.
Have you had a dip before? Have you ever dipped long cut before? Ever?
Mm-mm.
This is your first time?
Yeah, never.
Dang,
did this.
Man. All right, yeah.
Just a little pinch like that.
Okay. Sometimes a little pinch might be worse because it gets in there. But yeah, and then the biggest thing, you're not going to be used to it at first because you've never dipped before. When you start dipping a long time, your lip almost gets like pockets.
Okay.
Where it kind of keeps it in there for you, right?
Tastes really good.
Yeah. It's like that genuine wintergreen. It almost tastes like a wintergreen lifesaver or something like that,
Yeah, exactly like a lifesaver.
And then you get a little bit of that darkness. I like dark, fire-cured feeling things, so this kind of gives you that too. So,
yeah, I thought, like I said, never put one in, but I feel like it would like move around and like get stuck in your teeth, but it kind of like sticks together. the whole point of it, I guess.
And then you can spit.
Can you spit it or you swallow it too?
You can swallow it if you want.
Okay.
I mean, this isn't tobacco. Yeah, obviously, I can't really tell you, oh, yeah, you can gut nicotine, but it's
probably make you feel sick if you do too much of it. But.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think you got a decent-sized pinch. You'll probably feel a little bit of a buzz. Like, I'm already feeling one a little bit. And I dip all the gosh dang time. A lot of people say, I've been dipping for so long and I can't, I don't feel a buzz anymore. And you still do. Like,
you're just used to it.
Yeah, you're just used to it.
Just like drinking tolerance. Like, I can fucking drink a lot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Still drunk, but I might not feel it. Might not feel drunk. So.
Definitely, yeah.
Cool. All right, I'm going to keep you guys updated on how this is.
Yeah.
In more recent events, what's going on with the wedding video that People Magazine posted?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I saw that on your Instagram, and I was like, dude, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And then, again, I saw your recent video, and I was like, oh, man. I had no idea that happened.
Yeah, so I did. My brother just got married. My little brother just got married a couple months ago, or a month ago or so. And so his wife hit me up before the wedding and was like, hey, I want you to do this, do a prank on him where on the first look, which is like when they both meet before the wedding and they see each other. Instead of me being in the dress, I want you to be in a dress, and then kind of prank him and see his reaction.
So you got a white wedding dress
from Goodwill.
From Goodwill.
Yep.
And you walked out to the first look with heels on, a bouquet of flowers, and a straight up wedding dress.
Yep. And it didn't feel very good walking in it. I had the high heels and everything.
You almost fell.
Pulled a Conor McGregor, almost broke my ankle. And so then I tap him on the shoulder. He turns around, and my brother's very sentimental, man. Like, my brother's he's just a good guy, you know. He's not like me where I can just change my attitude like that. He's ready, you know. I seen him for 20 minutes before this thing, getting ready. You know, he's like, I can't wait to see my wife. I can't wait to marry her.
Worked up, anxious.
You know? Yeah. And so he turns around and he just goes, what the hell? And then everybody starts laughing, and, you know, he's all over the place. But
he was like, I was about to cry, and I see you standing here.
Right. And so me and a bunch of other people, the wife's, his wife's brother filmed it as well. We all filmed it, and a bunch of people uploaded it on TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff. And it blew up. You know, I think my TikTok hit like 5 million views, they had like 100,000 comments of people laughing and all that stuff.
I might have seen it on TikTok the first time, actually, now that you say that. I've been watching a bunch of that lately.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of versions up from different angles, with music, without music, you know, all these different angles. So all of them had a bunch of views. And then what happened is a couple of those like companies where they like, hey, give us
like the rights to it.
Yeah, not rights, but give us permission.
Okay.
And we'll post it everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, they don't own it or anything, but it's like, hey, give us permission and we'll get it. All these other people to do it. I don't know how it works now. There's some memes that, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So then, like, a week after that, People Magazine posted it on their Instagram, and it just became this, like, I'm like, oh, that's cool. People Magazine, they didn't tag me or anything, but I'm just like, at this point, I don't even care.
Did people, like, they were tagging you, I'm assuming, and sending it to you?
Like, holy crap, man, this is crazy, because People Magazine, you know, I don't know how many followers they have, 15 million or something.
Yeah, something crazy.
And so, you know, it had like 250,000 views in 20 minutes. And then I'm like, oh, let's check the comments on this. And I'm thinking it's just going to be the same as TikTok and whatever. But because, you know, People Magazine is a whole different following.
The caption that they put was, I mean, it's very clearly a joke, but that first caption that they put was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even remember
with
what
your
it was.
audience, like, that's, yeah.
I don't know. What did it say? It was like,
it said,
the groom definitely loved the first look or something like that.
Yep.
And so, you know, a lot of people were like, oh, these guys gay? Are they making fun of gay people? You know, everybody always goes to like the furthest negative thing when, I didn't ever think about filming this and putting it on TikTok. I just wanted to like do something funny with my brother.
It wasn't even your idea for the record. It was the bride's, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She was like, it would be hilarious if you put a dress on and did this.
Yeah. And it was done before. It's not like I was the first one to do this. It's been done before. She sent me a video of somebody else doing it, and I was like, that would be hilarious. And that one was even funnier because it was like his buddy who was super short and hairy. He's got hair. You know, I don't even grow chest hair yet, and he's got hair hanging out all over the place. And you know, it's just like it's so funny how I thought it would be taken as like, oh, that's nice, you know, brothers being brothers and all that stuff. And once they even changed the caption to brothers, you know, oh, his brother pranked him or whatever.
Yeah.
People still didn't care. They thought it was insensitive to trans people. They thought it was insensitive to the gay community. And I'm like, it's never a trans person and it's never a gay person bringing up that this is insensitive to them.
Right. It's always the people who can't even relate. They're straight and straight males even, and they're like, "Oh man, that's fucked up."
In the video I said it's always somebody with colored hair.
Yeah, color.
They got like purple hair.
Yeah, you had a name for them. I forget what the fuck it was.
Facebook Karens.
Like Rainbow Warriors.
The Rainbow Warrior Clan. Yeah. And like I said in the video, I'm like, dude, I have nothing. I don't ever go on gay people's posts or trans people's posts and just start, hey, man, biologically there can only be two genders. You guys shouldn't be doing this. Not ever would I think about doing that. Not ever. And
that's the way people think nowadays.
Especially when it was never meant to be
offensive,
insensitive or offensive to anyone.
It was just funny, like a practical joke.
Yeah. You just get a lot of sensitive people on the internet. And I've had so much hate over the years where like somebody could say the most ridiculous thing to me in a message, and I still do. Like I have I get a lot of messages on Instagram. You get the 99 plus requests or whatever in your DMs. I'll click it sometimes and I'll scroll down, and a lot of it's negative. Do I read them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I don't even respond. I don't even care.
Yeah. I would love to respond to more people, but I found that when I open DMs with people, like especially if they're asking like a gun question, gun community, like they're fucking love the gun community, but a lot of like crazy people in there.
And then you get the people that are just getting into it too, and they want to know everything.
Yeah, so sometimes I love helping people out, so I'll answer some of them, but some people take it too far. Like I'm going out of my way this sound like, I don't want to sound like a dickhead saying this, but like I'm spending like 5 minutes to type out a thoughtful response to you to help you out. Yeah. And then next question. And then I feel bad because if I don't respond, they can see that I fucking read it and this and that. But I've been very desensitized to the hate as well, which I'm sure you even more so than me. Like I remember the first time I got a death threat, it was like maybe a year into starting my YouTube channel, and it was I think I did a video on a desert eagle. Yeah. And the dude was like, "Oh, fucking turn that thing on yourself. If you don't, I'll fucking come find you, blah, blah, blah." Yeah. And I made a video about it, like just laughing. I'm like, look at this fucking dude. Like, just doesn't know me. I'm in the middle. Like,
the weirdest thing about, I remember when like Ted Nugent was getting all the death threats because they found out that he had like he was hunting on his own ranch, and people were like, "I'm going to come kill you. This is ridiculous." And I'm like, you're getting mad at him for being, like, I don't know what the word would be, but you're getting mad at him for not doing the way you think, but then so you're gonna kill him. Yeah, it makes no sense.
Like because he's killing animals.
Yeah,
you're gonna kill him,
or and he's not even like, I could understand if he's just like killing them and laughing and just leaving them in the field, but like
but he's fucking eating them and like sharing the hunt and the experience with everyone. Yeah. I got a Ted Nugent story actually. We were at a NRA show with some buddies of mine in. Where was it? I think it was in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we're sitting in a hotel lobby, everyone's drinking, and like there's a lot of like bigger names around there. So like everyone in the YouTube space, like I'm a small fish in the grand scheme of things, but there's a bunch of other creators there. Chuck Liddell was there. Oh yeah. Just because he's friends with a lot of people in the community. Yeah. And a friend of mine was sitting across the table, like just like this. We're sitting there having drinks, and elevators are behind you, so there's two of them back there. Right. And we're just hanging out, getting a buzz on, and then elevator doors open, and this dude walks out, and I like went like this and like looked over his shoulder, and he turns around and looks, and he looks right back at me, and goes, "Look at that Ted Nugent looking motherfucker," and I was like, "Yeah, that's Ted." I'm like, "That's him right there," because he was like there to speak or whatever, right. And he turns around, and he's like, "No fucking way," because he had like an alligator hat on and like his typical fucking like blue cutoff and everything. Yeah. So that was funny. I never talked to him. You ever talked to him? No.
Yeah. I've been around a lot of people that are friends with him and stuff like that, but no, I never have.
Yeah, dude's wild. Isn't he like a sheriff somewhere too, or some shit?
Yeah, I think he I don't know if he still has a place in Texas, but he's from Michigan.
Okay.
He jumps back and forth. Yeah. I think he might just have his place in Michigan, and I don't know, but yeah, he's a freaking legend in music. But a lot of people don't even think of him as like a big musician, Cat Scratch Fever back in the day and all that. You think of him just as like this polarizing figure that people like to hate. Like
as soon as you get into politics, that changes pretty quickly, especially for a musician. Like you got someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger who became senator, and like no one even really thinks about
the
that
governor.
anymore. Yeah. That's what you think of. You think of fucking Terminator and all the movies that he's been in.
And Jesse Ventura, when he was the mayor of, or no, I think he was the governor of Minnesota. You know, Jesse Ventura was a huge wrestler back in the 60s and 70s. I mean, he was like the biggest dude ever.
I wasn't familiar with that.
And then he had that show called Conspiracy. Do you remember that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he had a show called Conspiracy. He was very Alex Jones-esque, you know.
Okay.
And he's got that voice where he talks like this, you know. Hulk Hogan back in the day.
Yeah.
So it was great.
So speaking of music, you mentioned earlier, and we talked about it last week too, you're making an album or something. Yeah. What's up with that?
Yeah, I've done 2 albums now and released a whole bunch of singles.
Country albums.
Yeah. Well, yeah, one of them, the first one was like a country rap comedy album. It's kind of music that you've never, you know, it's like the first album was called Backwoods Badass, and it was like a song that I thought up. I found this beat. It was like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy mixed with like James Bond and some banjo in there.
Nice.
And I found this beat and I just rapped over it because I was like, man, I should do like a rap song to like a country rap song.
How long ago was that?
That was 2011.
So I was like before Nelly being on whatever track that was.
Oh, like the Florida Georgia line.
Yeah.
It was before like country and rap were together, and country rap is like an actual genre.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of people that do that, and so I just did it. It wasn't even big at the time, but when I first started doing it, it was more of like some comedy stuff. Like, you know, I had like a line in Backwoods Badass that was like, yuppies think it's funny that my cousin is my brother. And, you know, stuff like that, where it's kind of like you don't really hear it, but once you listen to the lyrics, it's kind of like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah.
So, and then I've done a bunch of parodies and stuff like that. Parody, the legalities in it are kind of hard to do now, so I kind of stopped doing that. But I've got another original album, and this one, I haven't even announced this anywhere yet. I'll be announcing it soon, but...
Ooh, this is new.
Yeah, fresh off.
What can you tell us? Can you tell us the name of the album? Do you even know yet?
Yeah, I'll tell you the name. I think what we're going with, it's still kind of working, but it's a straight fishing album.
Okay.
So it's going to be an EP, 5 songs, and my goal is to do a fishing album and a hunting album.
Okay.
And so, but it's going to be in volumes, so every year I'll continuously come out with new stuff. You know, music is something I don't consider myself a musician or whatever, but I do feel like I can create things pretty quickly and get them out there to where they're entertaining, they're funny, and they actually sound decent. So
you playing guitar, singing,
nope,
rapping,
just singing,
whatever?
just singing and rapping and doing. But this one's more of kind of like a country-esque style album, but
so you're doing vocals.
Yeah, country beats. There's some steel guitar in there, stuff, and so I think we're calling this album Fishin' Songs Volume 1.
Okay.
And so it's going to, every other year, we're going to come out with like a fishing album, and then every other year come out with hunting songs.
Hell yeah.
Hunting Songs Volume 1 and things like that. So
do you have an ETA when that might come out?
This fishing album, I'm hoping to release it in September.
Okay.
Mid-September-ish.
It's coming up quick, man.
Yep, it is. And we're going to be filming music videos next month for it, which my music video guys, they're in Denver, and they know my style very well, where it's a mixture between being serious in a funny way, almost too serious, where it's like you're kind of just shaking your head. Yeah, it's hard to tell like what's going on. So which I think just makes the comedy even funnier.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be starting to do that, and I think it's gonna be good, man.
Awesome,
I'm excited. I'll have to send it to you when it's done. It should be done here in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear it because I listen to a lot of different music. I would say mainly like metal music for the most part. But I have a soft spot for, it's more of like a nostalgic feeling for 90s country.
Oh, yeah.
My dad, I grew up
Joe
in
Diffie.
Eastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I think the first concert I ever went to was Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, yeah.
Which I like vaguely remember because I was so young, but like shit like that.
I saw the light.
Oh, yeah.
Baptized.
So I got on my Spotify, I got a playlist called Boot Scootin', and it's got like Alan Jackson and all sorts of like country music that I love. I know every fucking word, and like people wouldn't think that of me, but I love that shit.
That's what I grew up on too, man. When we were living in Missouri, my dad was big Tom Petty, The Police, Def Leppard, all that.
Back when music was still good.
Yeah,
still real good.
But listening to Joe Diffie and Alan Jackson, George Strait,
hell yeah,
all those guys, you know.
George
and
Michael
now
Montgomery.
Yeah, oh yeah. And now I'm big into, well, I've always been big into it, but like outlaw country, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, the Highwaymen, all those, you know. I listen to everything too.
Yeah.
It's like every time, like I'm at the gym almost every single day, and every day it's a new playlist.
Yeah.
I'm not like one type of thing. I got to play this playlist. I just jump around from things.
Yeah, I'll just do like the Spotify fucking like random like daily mix made for you, whether it's hip hop, country, metal, whatever it is, you just throw it on and whatever. Cool,
I know music's crazy now when you're like, you think about Spotify and you can get anything or Spotify or Pandora even, because Pandora I guess even more so because it like generates a playlist for you or whatever. But I mean, you listen to something, you're like, wow, what the hell is this? Like, you know, it's like that Viking music, like the Hue or the Who, H-U.
It's like I don't know if I heard of that.
It's like some Scandinavian metal shit.
I know the genre that you're talking about for sure.
And it's like, dude, this is sweet. You know, and then I get into that for like a month, and then
you find like one or two bands that you really like, and you just like listen to it on repeat for a while.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
I heard of a band. I really wish I knew the name. I saw them on fucking Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Like it must have been a live show somewhere. But there's this band of a bunch of looks like young kids, but they're all dressed like in the fucking 70s, like Zeppelin.
Really?
They got like curly hair, playing like gnarly, like it looks like an old school classic like Gibson SG, and they're playing music that sounds like classic rock.
Really?
Like classic rock, fucking AC/DC, and Zeppelin,
and it's
and
new
Sabbath.
age. It's like,
yeah, and it's like new, like just filmed. I'll see if I can find it. I'll send it to you. But I heard just like a few clips of it. It's definitely its own style because like the singer's voice doesn't sound like any other of the greats that we know.
Right.
But I heard like a few lines from one of the songs. And I was like, holy shit, dude! Like this is good fucking music.
And it's original, or is it covers?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was original. I'll fucking look it up when we're done with this. But
I know, man. There's so many different types of genres of music out there now, and it's crazy. And I'm a big fan. The reason why I always kind of steer towards comedy with my music is because I'm a big fan of like Lonely Island and Little Dicky stuff. And because like when I listen to like a Little Dicky song, it's just, there's so much going on. And it's like you know, it sounds good, but it's also like you're listening to the lyrics and it's like you're learning something.
Is fucking amazing, dude. Lyrically, like nuts.
Yeah.
What's the song you did with Snoop Dogg? Rap Professional or something?
Rap Professional. I think it
so
was.
Like, dude, like the lyrics in that song. I love Little Dicky.
Yeah.
I fucking called into Sway in the morning one time.
You did?
Yeah, and talked to him. I just got to ask him a question.
Really?
I feel bad about it because. So I've been a Little Dicky fan for a while. I was living in Richmond, Virginia at the time, and I would listen to Sway 45 every morning on the way into work. And I called in, and they're like, "Hey, Sway 45, what do you want to say to Little Dicky?"
Sway in the morning.
And I was like, "I just want to tell him that I'm a fan." I had a question about his last interview when he was on. He did, I don't know if it was like the 5 Fingers of Death or what it was, but he was freestyling on there.
Is that the one where he absolutely killed it?
I don't think it's the most popular one. I think it was like one of his first times on.
Okay.
But he had this line, I don't remember it verbatim, but it was something about like sleeping with Michelle Obama.
Oh yeah, I do remember something like that.
Yeah, I forget what it was exactly, but the way he worded it, like he wasn't saying like, yeah, I'm banging her or whatever, but it was like he was hinting at it very hard. So they put me through, and he's like, "Yo, Lil Dicky," and I was like, "Yo, man, big fan." The only question I had was, I watched you on Sway 45 before. I was like, "What'd you mean about that one line with Michelle Obama?" And immediately, like, they hang up the phone call right away because then he starts talking and everything, and I was like, "Oh fuck, maybe that was a dick thing to do," because like obviously he's joking, and I was saying it joking because it was such a funny line.
Yeah.
But yeah,
did he answer it?
Yeah, I forget what he kind of like beat around the bush, just like fucking rapping, and it's just like kind of a joke, like whatever. But
that's funny.
I wonder if I could find that online somewhere. I don't think they put like the phone calls on their clips or anything like that.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I love all that type of stuff, man. There's so many different people out there that do that. I found so many other people too. Ninja Sex Party and
never heard of that one.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird ones out there, but just like it sounds good, but at the same time, it's enjoyable to listen to. Bo Burnham, just came out with a new album or a new Netflix special with his album, and I love that stuff.
I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard it's very weird and different. But he's always been weird and different. So.
Yeah, it's and Bo Burnham actually started on YouTube. Bo Burnham.
Oh yeah.
And I started around the same exact time. Like
Vine.
Yeah. Yep.
Were you ever on Vine?
Yeah, I did Vine for a little bit. It's always hard to like get, because when you're fully on YouTube and then you try to like branch off and do Vine or TikTok and all that kind of stuff, it's so, and most of the stuff I'll post on TikTok gets taken down anyways because they're so strict about everything. They're even more strict than YouTube.
I don't know. I don't follow anyone on TikTok, but I watch it pretty frequently because it reminds me of Vine, and I used to love Vine. But there's a lot of stuff where the guidelines are just like looking the other way because there's like some of the shit that I see, I'll click on the comments and then everyone will post like the same thing, like, oh, TikTok guidelines right now. And then they post the emoji of a blind guy because it's like chicks that are like half naked and people doing like dangerous shit and whatever.
The reason they let all that stuff go, especially with like the women aspect of it. I mean, you go on Instagram and it's like you could scroll for days on just half naked ladies, and you're like, "What in the world is going on? This is allowed, but I had a video like making fun of vape, and it got taken down." And
I can't post a picture of a gun.
Yeah,
like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's the way the world's going now, man.
It's shitty, man.
And the craziest thing too, bringing it back to YouTube and advertising and getting videos demonetized and stuff like that, is there's actual gun companies. There's actual people in our community that are trying to advertise on YouTube.
And they won't let them.
And they won't even let them. Like, I've seen a couple, like, gun ads every once in a while. Like, on the video I just uploaded, I got an ad for, I can't even remember what it was. It was like, it holds, like, shotgun shells. Okay. Or it holds... like
a side carrier?
Yeah, it's like a side carrier for your gun, and they had the guns in the ad. And it showed up on my video. So I'm like, maybe they're starting to, it's like, obviously they like money.
Yeah.
Just let these advertisers do what they want to do. And I know it all started from like a Pepsi ad on an ISIS video or something like that. But yeah, it's an ISIS video.
Yeah.
Like, don't allow that stuff to be posted. But if you're talking about like, oh, we're posting about guns in a safe way, I don't think there's no. And I think it's probably just because they don't understand it. The people at YouTube, the people in California.
Yeah, they just have like the opposite side screaming about it, like, oh my god, can you believe this? That guy was shooting a pistol or an AR in this video, whatever. And then YouTube just sees that, they're like, oh, so many people are complaining, we have to do something about it.
Right.
And like everyone always talks about other platforms, like, oh, why don't you post on Rumble or BitChute or whatever all these other platforms
that's
are.
Another thing we get all the time.
And it's just like, I could, but that takes so much time to upload and do descriptions and stuff. And they're like,
you're going to get 800 views or something for a couple months, and then it's going to be a new platform.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. And like, it sucks because like we were talking about, like you're kind of stepping on eggshells to, like, you can't completely make a video how you want to make it because of the policies that are in place.
Right.
So like, honestly, I don't think I would do anything different with my content. Like, there are a few things like shooting machine guns and like blowing stuff up, like on Sunday Gun Day. I would definitely do more stuff like that and like show people how to properly and safely install gun parts, which you can't do at all.
Right.
Like, you can't even break a gun down to show someone how to fucking clean it.
Yeah.
It's like... Yep. It's shitty, but I guess I would do more of that stuff. But other than that, like, not the podcast, but I censor my videos. Like, I don't really cuss at all. I know you don't really cuss in your videos either.
I used to. Yeah, I feel like because I still do, but it's like I said, there's like that black cloud all over you where you're kind of just like, man, I've had to change quite a bit my style over the years, because I used to just be wild and crazy and do whatever I wanted to do and make inappropriate jokes. But now it's like, it either offends somebody, and most of the time I don't really care.
Yeah.
If it offends somebody. I mean, I posted that video the other day and I didn't care if it offended anybody, but at the end of the day, the only thing I'm focused on, at the end of the day, it's called YouTube. So the person uploading, you're your own boss. You're the one doing
100%.
The key to life is happiness.
Yep.
So why would you want to do something that's not going to make you happy for the rest of your life?
I do like the new self-regulating guides that they put in, because if I am shooting a gun or something, you can mark that so that they know ahead of time.
Yeah.
It still doesn't work perfectly, but I think that's at least a good step to go towards.
Exactly.
I also see, like, I get a lot of posts on Instagram. People tag me of like their kids watching like my van adventure videos and like young kids. So whenever I see that, I'm like, oh man, that's so fucking cool. Like my audience is not kids at all. It's like 25 plus and then 35 plus and then 18 to 25 and then so on.
Yeah.
But it's so cool to see like younger generations watching the shit that I do, because like I am family friendly for sure, and I censor myself, and I'm not doing anything like crazy dangerous, but I do it because it's fun for me to film and edit, and I do it for the entertainment value. It's like I'm sharing my life. I'm so fucking stoked that so many people like and comment and watch everything that I do, because I'm just living life like I can, like normally.
Exactly. Yeah, so. It's the new age of entertainment, man, and I think it's going to keep getting crazier and crazier, and it's harder to compete now with, you know, it's like you're competing with all these different YouTubers on trying to get eyes and all that kind of stuff. But when when I tell people, it's like, just do what makes you happy, because people are going to see that in your character. And if you're not doing what makes you happy, then they're gonna know. People can sense bullshit from a mile away now. You know?
I did that specifically with my gun channel. I've done so many gun videos, and I've had access to almost every company, every person in the industry that I've ever wanted to collaborate with or talk to or shoot any kind of gun that I wanted to. So my last, like, I guess like the last year of me posting videos over there, I'm doing wild shit, like that fucking gold Tommy gun over there in the corner. It's an expensive gun. It's like $3,500. But that to me is interesting. It's just like flashy and wild, and that, me making a video on that is way better than picking up a stock SIG 365 and shooting it just because people want to see that. I'd be catering to the audience because everyone wants to know my thoughts on guns like that, but I don't do that because I'm not interested in it. And I think that's where a lot of people lose their path going down that, because then they start catering to their audience too much. That's when they get burnt out,
or they try to
don't like it,
or they try to be like another YouTuber that's doing the same thing.
That's why I saw success early, because there were so many gun channels. Top down review, open a gun case, talk about it, maybe throw a few shooting clips in there. And I was vlogging, but I'm into guns, so I'm gonna make a gun video like a vlog, throw music in it, talk a little bit, B-roll, which not many people were doing, shoot the gun with music, come back, talk about my final thoughts, and that's it. And that's why that channel, or that's why my main channel started growing a lot quicker. But yeah, you just gotta, I mean, everyone's standing on shoulders of giants when it comes to YouTube. Like you're seeing, you got dip in my teeth.
How is your dip doing?
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be like dizzy.
Did you get yeah, you didn't put too much of a big one in, so it shouldn't be hitting you too hard.
I'll do a bigger one next time. But yeah, dude, this shit's good.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
And
it's got like, that sweetness to it that lasts.
Yeah, it's not ripping up my lip either. Like I was not afraid of, but like I thought, man, maybe it's gonna like fuck up my lip.
Well, that's one thing with like if you give somebody Grizzly Wintergreen for the first time, it's, you know, I call it the Grizz Green Gum Gasher. because it rips.
Feels like you got a hole in your lip.
Yeah. So our stuff's super soft in the lip.
Is this stuff back in stock yet? I know you guys sold out real quick.
No, Wintergreen. Yeah, Wintergreen's in stock. We have you know, some of our other flavors that, you know, the flavors outsell these OGs sometimes, man. They're it's like the sweet tea and the peach are some of our most popular flavors, because nobody else, well, some people have the peach, but you know, they go by quick. So
you got a subscription going on now. You can correct me when I get this part wrong, but you can sign up to get your flavor, whatever you want, delivered to your door like monthly. Like I get energy drinks delivered to my office because I go through them so frequently.
Yeah, so we have a subscribe and save option now where you can get it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly.
And if you sign up for that, you're automatically entered to win your old boat.
Yep, my bow fishing boat.
Bow fishing boat.
We're giving away a bow fishing boat. It's kind of our summer giveaway.
Okay.
So we're giving away that. We got more prizes coming. We've got a custom gator cooler that we got the Outlaw logo on the top, laser engraved. We're going to probably be giving away a grill. We're going to be giving away mud jugs, a whole bunch of stuff. So anybody who signs up to a subscription is automatically entered to win. We're going to be picking the winners, I think, the end of summer, September 22nd.
Outlawdip.com, right?
Outlawdip.com.
Yeah. Outlawdip.com.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll leave links for all this stuff down in the description for you guys who are still listening and want to check that stuff out.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. How about the new building? You're building a new shop.
Yep.
How's that going?
Slowly but surely, man.
And what's going to go in there? Like, you got a big fucking pole building.
Yeah.
Looks like you could have a lot of fun in there. Like
it's
a
steel building,
factory.
actually. Yeah, we did a, it's 3,500 square feet, so it's 50 by 70. I was going to go 60 by 40, but everybody I was talking to that does steel building stuff, they're like, hey, just go a little bit bigger than you think, because I got mine insulated. So when you get the insulation and then they're like, it looks a little bit smaller.
Yeah. Yep.
So the biggest thing was, my property is not flat at all. It's, my property is like on a hill.
So you got to grade everything like crazy.
Yeah. A lot of dirt work, a lot of concrete. And very expensive.
Yeah,
a lot
dude,
more
concrete.
than I thought.
I mean, this is not the time to be building, obviously.
Yeah.
I know that, too.
Thank the Lord I don't have to use any wood.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's...
I guess wood prices have been getting a little bit better, but
they have.
And dude, anything. Like, I've been looking for a TV for my new house, and, like, can't fucking get it anywhere.
I know.
Like,
it's
microchips for computers.
Outdoor furniture, whatever it is. Yeah, everything's sold out, it seems like. But, it's going good. It's almost done, I think, within the next week.
Oh, damn.
It should
That's
be
quick.
Completely, everything's done. I think, and then the garage doors get, at the end of next week, the garage doors should be getting installed. So then, hopefully, everything will be done within the next week or two, and then I can start working on the inside.
And what are you doing on the inside? Can you tell that? Or
Yeah, I think my goal, I kind of got to see when enclosed and get the lay of the land a little bit. I think we're going to build a loft in the back.
Okay.
And then on top of the loft, I have a lot of mounts from hunting over the years, and right now they're just all shoved in my house.
Hell yeah.
And so it'd be nice to hang them up and do some like barn wood on the back wall and make it look cool.
So you'll film in there? And
I'll probably
stuff.
film in there, yeah. It'll probably be, I still haven't gotten electric hooked up. The power company, I got to run power from the pole. And they're like 4 months out, so
yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
not surprising.
Yeah, so I might be running everything off extension cords for a while.
Damn.
So
yeah,
hopefully get it done before winter because we get some gnarly winters out here.
Yeah, you've never met Mike, Last Line of Defense?
Uh-uh.
He's a really good friend of mine, and when he was on the podcast, he was talking about building his new place up in the mountains, and same thing, dude. Like, construction delays, hard to find stuff, and like going through design and all this shit. So he was supposed to finish his house, I think he said in August, and it got pushed way back to like next spring now, like after everything thaws out. So.
Yeah, I know. My building, when they started, it was supposed to be the dirt work and concrete was only supposed to take 3 weeks, and it took 6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
Oh my god.
Because you got to do inspections and all this crap,
Yeah,
and it was just a mess. And then you got weather, and it would snow in between. They started when the snow was kind of just kicking off, and then you get snow, and then you get rain, and then you can't do anything. You got to let the ground not be wet.
God damn.
So it's a pain. And that's just a shop. I couldn't imagine building a house right now.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how the people do it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And it's getting big out here, man. Everybody's moving to Colorado, it seems like.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't move here. No, I've been in and out of Colorado for, I don't know, 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Especially once I got my van, I would come out and visit every summer for like a couple weeks.
We got to go skiing or something, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we should. Did you shoot your 43X yet?
No.
You didn't? Okay, no. I thought I saw you on Instagram.
Got my shield mags on the way finally.
Nice. I got 2 of them right down there.
Heck yeah.
Good stuff.
It took a while, and they were out for a while.
Yeah, dude, we should ski. We should go to the fucking range. I can put you on ski boards.
I know, I want to try that.
You snowboard,
I'm a snowboarder, yeah. I'd like to try that, though.
It's fun, crazy. Man. I got extra boots. I got all the boards and everything.
Sweet.
I'll show them to you then.
What pass did you get this year?
Epic Pass.
Oh, you got I got the Icon this
year.
You
got the Icon?
I switch like every other year.
Yeah.
Because I'll get like sick, like the Epic, I'll get sick of Breck and Keystone.
Yeah.
Because I usually or A-Basin used to be on the Epic. Now it's on the Icon.
Oh, sure. Really?
Yeah.
Well, what mountains are on Icon?
Icon is Winter Park, Copper.
Okay.
Steamboat.
Ooh, Copper is pretty close.
Yeah, Copper's close. Winter Park's not too bad. You got to go off I-70 a little bit.
Yeah, you got to go up.
I love it because you got Mary Jane on it too.
Yeah,
which is fun.
Jane's side's fucking dope. And I'm in the terrain park. Like, I'm a freestyle skier. Yeah. So, dude, their dark territory is fucking sick.
Yep.
Their jump line every year is just insane.
Yeah, yeah. And Copper, their new Woodward, is it called? Yeah, Woodward Park is pretty sweet. And they've got, I think, 2 or 3 set up all over the place. And it's cool because I think they're open throughout the summer.
I'm sure they got like skate parks and stuff now too. Yeah, trampoline.
I'm pretty sure they still have snow on their terrain park.
Oh, really?
Right now.
They just probably push it all off the mountain at the end of the season when they have to close.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on that, but yeah. But I love it, man. And sometimes I'll, like I said, I'll switch back and forth between the passes. This year we plan on going to Steamboat for a big trip with a bunch of friends and family.
I never rode at Steamboat.
It's fun. Yeah, Steamboat's cool because it's not too high up. Like I go through Silverthorne. And then I go back down, and it's kind of like you're going through a tundra, and you're going up north more.
Yeah, it's just flat.
It's cool.
Yeah, I got to get out there, too. There's so many places in Colorado that I haven't explored yet, like the place I was telling you about last weekend up in Walden. Yeah. I think it was Walden, near there, in Golden. Or not Golden, Gold. Yeah. Gold, Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we got to do that. I got an Epic Pass because I had it last year because I can ride most of the Lake Tahoe mountains, like North Star, Heavenly, Kirkwood, Sierra. Right. I think Squaw might even be on there, but all those mountains are on that pass. So I do a trip out there every year.
Have you been to Japan?
No.
I would love to snowboard Japan.
Yeah.
It's like a life. My brothers and I, right before Corona, we were going to go to Japan. And,
to snowboard?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, because my brother snowboard too, and we've always like watched Japan snowboarding videos, and the powder's insane, and they get like 4 feet of snow, and it's insanity.
Ski-boarding is a small sport, but
I don't think I've ever seen anybody on those.
So I mean I can give you a background of it. I don't know if anyone even cares to hear this, but ski-boarding was in the X Games before twin tip skis like this were.
Really?
Like true freestyle skiing, yeah.
Wow.
So companies like Line, who's still in the game today, and Canon, they were making ski boards first.
Okay.
Salomon released Snowblades, which are like a foam core crappy knockoff of ski boards.
Okay.
And they like flooded the market with them. And I guess it was mainly because of that the pro circuit fell off, and like the main manufacturers like Line switched to making symmetrical twin tips like this.
Okay.
And then that took over. So ski-boarding kind of died. It's kind of like hated on.
Yeah.
It's like I just got a 50cc scooter the other day like for my birthday. And it's like scooters are kind of frowned upon in the motorcycle community, but at the same time, if you love two-wheeled motorized vehicles, like it's still fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like it's fun to dick around on and whatever.
Right.
So that's the mentality that I have when I'm ski-boarding. Like it's so fucking fun because they're short and maneuverable. But the community is like almost next to nothing now.
You don't use poles?
No poles, nope.
So can you get pretty fast on those things?
Oh, yeah. We had a top speed run in, where were we? Well, it might have been in Kirkwood in Lake Tahoe. 81.
Just 80? You went 81?
Yeah, well, I was filming it. My friend had the GPS in his pocket, yeah. But like,
oh my gosh.
Like cruising like normally, easily doing like 60.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so
God.
They're no joke. They're fun. I'll show you some videos and stuff then.
I was probably I don't know how fast I was actually going. I didn't measure it, but I broke my collarbone at Loveland.
Oh,
when
shit.
I was 13 or something. I hit my aunt. We were on like a family
snowboarding
trip. Yeah, and I was going over this hill, and I was at least going 40 miles an hour. I was flying, and she was sitting like right on the other edge of this ledge, and I came flying over the top, couldn't see her, and right when I seen her, like the tip of her head, I'm like, oh no! And I go to stop, and I hit her, and she was completely fine, and I flew like 60 yards or something like that, and landed on my collarbone, broke. It was so bad that I guess there was a ski patrol guy. I don't remember much of it. I blacked out.
You saw it?
But he saw it. He was on the lift right over us, and he jumped off the lift.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Crazy.
Damn. Yeah, I have a video of same thing happened. We were just like doing kind of a speed run and blind knuckle like that, and there's a bunch of like gapers just laying there. And the video's on my channel actually. We just sailed right over, I think it was a chick like laying there on a snowboard, just right over top of her. There was no stopping us. We just kind of like picked up our feet, landed, and got to the bottom of the hill, and we're like, holy fuck. We were just like screaming like, that was great. Like, what are you doing? Laying on a double black like in the middle of the mountain.
Yeah. Well, it's probably somebody who took the wrong, that when you get into skiing and snowboarding, I can't express this enough to people.
Don't take the wrong trail.
Don't take the wrong trail, and just know where you're going. Like, be with somebody who at least knows what they're doing.
For sure.
And I get it. I've trained a lot of people to like snowboard, even my wife, and my wife's getting better now. But like, it's hard to like train newbies coming into it because it's so different than any. Like I had my cousin come from Florida and he's like, "Oh, I wakeboard all the time. I'll be good."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Dude, it's nothing like wakeboarding. Trust me."
Your feet are strapped in the same manner, but that's it.
Yeah. Yep. And sometimes, it depends on the person, but skiing seems to be a little bit easier to learn for a lot of people
because your feet are separate.
Yeah, your feet are separate.
Yeah.
And snowboarding, you get so sore so quick because your calves, and sometimes most people, if they're right-handed, it's hard for them. They stay on their heels.
Yeah, it's hard to go toe side.
Yeah, they don't go toe side because it feels weird to them.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a harder thing to get into, but once you get into it and you start learning, you're like, damn, I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah, I've been skiing for a while, and it's something I'll always continue to do.
Yeah.
More backcountry stuff, I think, like going forward, because I got 2 pretty gnarly concussions before, one at Keystone, one back in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Like broke 2 helmets each of those times. Luckily, everything
on groomers?
One was in a park. I was really young and I was learning double backflips, just like straight hucking, and it was a little tabletop, like 25-footer. I have a video of it on like an old fucking like flip phone somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was just hucking to win, and I stayed tucked, and then by the time I hit the ground, I was just spinning so fast that I think my feet hit first, but I was just spinning so fast I didn't open up. Yeah, I just slid out and bam. And then I woke up in the shower 45 minutes away at my parents' house. And I walk out, and all my friends are in the living room, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Yeah. Like, what happened?"
Yeah, it's gnarly, man. Especially, and you can get hurt on groomers, man. Like, if they groom that stuff, it gets hard.
Yeah.
Snowboarding in Utah, man.
Yeah.
It's softer.
We gotta do that sometime. All right. Well, I'm getting low battery warnings on my recorder, so we're gonna wrap it up. But
it's a good time, man.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me on.
What else should we plug? We got Outlaw Dip. If you guys want to try this stuff out, I didn't have any expectations for it. I kind of thought maybe I wouldn't like it, but it's nice.
Yeah, we're working on pouches now, so people that don't like the long cut, they can do the pouches.
Working on pouches.
Working on a whole bunch of other stuff, man.
Find your youtube.com/outlaw.
Yep, Outlaw.
Instagram, all the same.
Yeah, Jared Outlaw on Instagram. And
Jared Outlaw.
I don't use Twitter anymore, really, but...
Cool, man. And then the country album coming out. Hopefully September.
Coming out. If you like fishing, hunting, outdoors, you like music in general, that's funny, you'll enjoy this album, I think.
Oh yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you,
man. We'll do this again sometime soon.
Yes, sir.
If you guys are new here, rate us, download us wherever you're listening, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next.